Today on the channel, it's a return to the Kyle Peterson Top 10 with a twist, as today I'm counting down 10 WWE figures I want to see revealed here in 2026 WrestleMania weekend.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 10, a Thursday tradition here on the channel, as each and every Thursday we do a top 5 and occasionally, like today, a top 10 countdown, and that's what we're doing here today. And today is WrestleMania season, and today, if you're watching this on traditional YouTube, obviously Patreon, YouTube channels, Todd get this a little bit earlier, but if you're watching on traditional YouTube today, tonight, whatever, I guess depends on your time zone, but Thursday evening, they are doing the Mattel reveals at the WWE World, I believe is where it is, over there in Vegas, home of WrestleMania this year. And every year, Mattel, it's kind of the granddaddy of them all. This and San Diego Comic-Con are the big news makers as far as what's coming, what's being released, what we're going to see, what might be going away. We find out all that, and WrestleMania is one of the big ones. So in today's video, I'm going to count down 10 figures that I think I would like to see, that maybe you'd like to see as well. I'm not going to do them in any particular order here. This is just 10 that come to my mind. And in all honesty, I'm not the best at these kind of lists, because I think if I sat on this for weeks and weeks, I could get a good list together of different stuff. Now, these are ones right off the top of my head that I'm like, I know I want, that we have an opportunity to get. That's a key thing here. I'm going to pick on the Midnight Express. I would love to see Midnight Express. They're not signed to a Legends deal as far as we know. So we're not getting any of that kind of stuff. So when you're putting your list together, if you do put your list together, make sure it's realistic. It's got to be people that are signed to WWE Legends programs that have an opportunity to be made. It can't just be like, you know, I want that Midnight Express and Jim Cornette. Yeah, we all do, but it's not going to be on a list like this because it's not very likely to happen, at least as of right now. So got to be realistic with the list. And as I said, no particular order here, but I would love to see all 10 of these. And I think a lot of you guys and you gals would like to see these 10 as well. And what I would like to see, you put your list in the comments down below. Put them in order if you want to, but just throw out 10 that you really want to see that are realistic that you could see. Now, a few things I wanted to comment on. What do I think we're going to see? We're going to see all the current talent, all the usual people we see all the time. All Ego Ethan Page. We'll see probably a new Elite for him. We'll see Sol Ruca, probably her debut Elite figure. You know we're going to get more Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody figures, Randy Orton figures. You know we're going to get that kind of stuff. There's a lot of rumors about Jelly Roll and possibly Bad Bunny. So there's those things out there. They don't quite make my top 10 list, but possibilities, as we've seen leaked listings, things like that. So we'll see where that goes. There's the possibility we see AAA figures fully announced. Maybe TNA. That's been in the kind of news up and down over the last couple of years, that maybe we'll see some TNA figures, crossover figures, something like that. And as I started to say, new talent, we know we're going to get a lot of new talent. Some of the younger talent from NXT, Raw, SmackDown, getting first time in the line figures, repeat figures, things like that. Two characters I don't believe we'll see is Royce Keys and Danhausen. I've seen people out there saying we're going to get full-on prototype images of Danhausen at WrestleMania. Now, I do believe they're moving fast on him, but I don't think the Mattel team legally knew anything until, was it February 1st he officially signed? They're not going to be able to turn around a prototype that fast. Talking to Mattel a little bit when I was out there at Revealed, the Creations Revealed event, I don't think we're going to see anything of either of those, but I wouldn't be shocked. They're not going to tell me anything like that, obviously. But I wouldn't be shocked to see them fast track a Danhausen reveal, just like a kind of, what did they do a couple years ago? Was it the Bloodline? Was it no, it was Jacob Fatu. They rushed that for San Diego Comic-Con. They got an image of that, a render, pretty quick. I can see them doing the same thing here with Danhausen, like a big coming soon, knowing it'll be probably about a year from right now we get a Danhausen figure. But I could see a little render action, but no full-on prototype, nothing to order. I even saw somebody say they're going to have it as a surprise selling on Mattel Creations for WrestleMania. There's no way. Now, they could do the pre-order thing where here's the render, and it will be a year from now. It's an Ultimate Edition Danhausen from Mattel Creations. We could see something like that, but to think we're going to see something above and beyond, I don't think that's going to happen. And Royce Keys either. Royce just basically debuted on SmackDown this week, where of course he's at Royal Rumble, but I would say it's pretty fair to say he doesn't have the publicity Danhausen is getting at this point here with the WWE. So we got to vote with our head a little bit, not our heart on some of these things. So we'll see where it goes. There could be some surprises along the way. I fully expect maybe the Dragon, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Ultimate Edition is a Target exclusive. I think that's a pretty easy layup right there. We just recently saw the 4-pack Hall of Champions Target exclusive. I'm pretty sure Mattel was probably wanting to reveal that this weekend at this, but obviously things do leak out, as we do know. Wouldn't be shocked to see another Street Fighter series. Obviously, we're going to see Target Legends, Monday Night Wars, Walmart. We'll see some of those. Have to imagine Demolition Coliseum Collection officially up for pre-order. And remember, save your money because Ringside will have a litany of pre-orders up at WrestleMania weekend as well. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming at us pretty fast, pretty furious this weekend. And it all starts tonight. If you're watching this, you should start seeing reveals. And we'll do a reveal video on this channel right here. But without further ado, long-winded opening here, let's list 10 things that realistically I would like to see. All right, we're going to start at number 10. Once again, this is the first time I've ever done this. No particular order with these here, but we're going to start at number 10. And number 10, I would love to see in the Target Legends line, a guy we know they have access to. We just recently unboxed one on the channel. It is one Billy Gunn, and I would like to see Rockabilly, his Rockabilly persona with the Honky Tonk Man once upon a time in the Target Legends line. They have Billy Gunn. It's another deep cut gimmick in the new gen era into the Attitude Era, I guess. Kind of that in-between time. Makes sense. It's a little bit of a wrestle crap gimmick. I think we could all agree on that. But I would love to see that coming at us here this weekend. I think it feels like a layup. It feels like a first time in the line because some reasons or some ways it is a first time in the line. It's the first time we've ever had Rockabilly. So that works for me. I would love to see Rockabilly at number 10. Next up, we go to number 9, and this has been a want, not just by me, but for many, many people. I could see this as a Target exclusive, maybe a possible Mattel Creations exclusive. We just recently got that Piper's Pit set. Maybe it's time for a Barbershop set. Yep, the Barbershop with Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Now, you got to have the shop with the breakaway glass window. We've seen that in the past from Mattel with some of their backstage arenas and stuff, so they can reconfigure that if they needed to. Brutus Beefcake is a layup on this. He was the host of it. You got to have Brutus in there. But who's the third one? Could you get Sid with the whipped cream on his face or the shaving cream, I guess more like it? Yeah, you could do that. But I think what most people want, we want that classic Shawn Michaels, heel turn Shawn Michaels with the black coat. That's what we want. I would love to see that. Now, obviously, no Marty Jannetty. As far as we know, they can't do Marty Jannetty. But they could give us like a silhouette. You know, there's the famous pictures where you just see Marty Jannetty's legs and kind of lower back hanging through the window. What if they gave us a cardboard piece we could just throw in there and just kind of reenact that and pretend that? That would be pretty fun, I do think. But a lot of us do want that. I would even say I'd be okay with just that Shawn Michaels by itself, but I would like to have the full-on Barbershop. Why not? Do it Piper's Pit style. I think that would be a great one. We'll see what happens, but I'm putting the Barbershop at number 9. Next up, we're at number 8, and number 8 has been rumored for years at this point. Could this be coming to the Monday Night Wars line? I really hope it does, because it's one of my most wanted Ultimate Warrior looks that we've never had. It is from, I guess, technically the Monday Night Wars. It is the Ultimate Warrior with baseball cap and all black face paint. A different look for Warrior if there ever was one. Obviously, it was from the time against Jerry the King Lawler when Jerry broke the painting the picture over his head. Would love to get that painting with it. That seems like an accessory they would add to that one there. But a very deep cut Warrior, but man, it would be a fun one. Would work for the Monday Night Wars line. I am here for this. You know me, I'm a Warrior guy, so I want it. And to get some of these off the beaten path Warriors we've never received before would be a lot of fun for me. So I'm going Ultimate Warrior at number 8. Countdown continues at number 7, and these guys no stranger to the Mattel lines at this point here, but I am honestly shocked we have not got more of these guys here at number 7. Have to think there's a lot more Ultimate, Elite, Retros, Superstars. There's a lot of meat on the bone for these guys, and I am still trying to find their Superstars, hopefully hitting Walmart sooner rather than later. But a lot of different looks, and one of the greatest tag teams of all time, not getting as many figures as they need to. It is Rick, it is Scott, it is the Steiner brothers. I'm shocked we haven't had more Elite Steiner brothers. We got the Ultimates from ringside, which were amazing, but there is so much Steiner meat on the bone, and even including their solo career runs. More Scott Steiner, but we've got Rick just recently. there's a lot to do here, and I don't know when their contract's up. I don't know if anybody knows that, but I hope it's not one of those things where we run out of time and we don't get some of these looks. So I hope to see this weekend at WrestleMania in Elite Steiner brothers in the Legends line. I would love to see the big gassed up Steiners. We're in just the plain black singlets. Scott has black hair and a big black beard. I would love to see that in there. So there's a lot of Steiner meat on the bone. Hopefully we start seeing more of that at WrestleMania 2026. Number 6, we're going to another tag team, and I really envision this as a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. We've had a lot of great exclusives, be it Ultimate and Elite over there at Ringside, but this would be a great Ultimate 2-pack maybe for the end of this year. It would be Booker T, it would be Stevie Ray, it would be Harlem Heat, and in a plot twist, throw Sister Sherry in there if that is available as well. We need some more Sherry Martel figures as well, but Harlem Heat, one of the greatest tag teams of the 90s. There's no mistaking it on that one. I would even not be opposed to an early version, like GWF version, back when they first broke into WCW. I'd like that version of Harlem Heat. We've had something kind of similar, but go full on with the full shirts. I would love to see that. Once again, like a lot of these, including like the Steiner brothers, these tag teams, there's a lot of meat on the bone. Stevie Ray would be a great sign for the NWO line as well. So you could get him as maybe a Build-A-Figure. They could do that if they wanted to. So once again, Harlem Heat, another one underrepresented, especially Booker T. I mean, King Booker would be great as well. But man, I'm here for all the Harlem Heat. So hopefully that is next on the horizon. We've hit the halfway point at number 5. You got your list together, put it in the comments down below. And as I said earlier, I'm going to do all the reveals in a separate video. So be on the lookout for that coming sooner rather than later, as they always say, or I always say, Todd McFarlane. How about that? But here we are at number 5. Number 5, we got to get a manager in here. And this is a manager we just recently got, part of the Target Legends line. They could easily put it in the Elite line, the Legends line, almost any line at this point here. But we need Mr. Fuji, but we need him in the gi, the kimono. We need him in the Yokozuna manager gear. That's what we need for Mr. Fuji. It seems like a layup. We got a lot of Yokozunas now. I think a 2-pack would have been a lot of fun, but we're kind of Yoko'd out at this point. At least I am personally. So I'd like to see just a regular one. And I think the Target Legends line is the place for this. And plot twist could be a Build-A-Figure candidate. I could see that for Mr. Fuji. And I think that would be a very expensive Build-A-Figure because I think a lot of people want that to pair with their Yokozuna. So hopefully this weekend we see Mr. Fuji, manager of Yokozuna edition. And heck, throw him in the Legends line way back in the day. We'll get him as well as a wrestler. Can we do it? Jakks Class Superstar Series? See what happens. But coming to number 5, Mr. Fuji. Next up, we're at number 4. Number 4, one of my absolute all-time favorite performers. Keep them coming. Every time I talk to Bill McKean over there at Mattel, it's about the first or second thing out of my mouth is, when are we getting more Terry Funk figures? We need more Terry Funk. At this point, feels like the most underrated wrestler of all time. Yes, I said it. Maybe, maybe not. But I want all the Terry Funk figures. I hope I see more Terry Funks in the future. And number 4, obviously I want Ultimates. I want Elites. But naturally, I think the next step for Terry Funk from Mattel, to me personally, is the retro line. We just got Great Muta, or we got Great Muta coming next, I should say. And it would go great to pair with that. We remember that time in the NWA with Sting and Ric Flair. And then against Terry Funk, the Great Muta, and of course Gary Hart, who we're not going to be able to get. Would love to see that. We've never had a Hasbro style. I would love to see that for Terry Funk. So that is the first one, but a close second, WWE Superstars line. Another performer that feels like he could fit in there. Could they somehow make it a 2-in-1? Give us the ECW striped pants. Give us the old outlaw version of Terry Funk in the Superstars. I would love to see that. And once again, give me more Elites. Give me anything. I would love an old school 70s Terry Funk. Man, you know I'd love Dory Funk. I don't think that's possible, at least as of right now. But there's meat on the Terry Funk bone, and I would love to see it in retro or Superstars. Coming in, number 4. Nearing the end of the countdown here, and once again, no particular order on these ones, but number 3 comes in, and this one's going to LJN. Now, you guys know my thoughts on LJN. A lot of people don't agree with it. It's my opinion at the end of the day, but I want to see new fresh legend talent in LJN. As much as I like Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, all this other stuff, I don't like the re-release nature of it. I want at least a little bit of changes, a little bit of different, put the arm a different way, do what you got to do. But more importantly, let's get more guys that missed out on LJNs that have an opportunity to. Nobody has a bigger Legends roster to dial into than Mattel, and we can get a lot of cool stuff. And dare I say, Tom McFarlane, plug some holes in our collection that the big rubber guys and Latuni can't do for us. So I am hoping to see more LJNs. You know we'll have stuff. You know, Jake the Snake will probably be officially announced. Jey Uso, CM Punk, I'm sure we'll see those, and I'm sure we'll see some legends to round that out. Who knows how many sets we'll see, but I'm hoping one of these sets we see this weekend comes to us from a tag team that was supposed to be earmarked if LJN's Grand Toys would have continued. That did not happen. This is our only chance at it. It is the Bushwhackers. Give us the Bushwhackers in LJN form. It's been quiet in the Bushwhackers. We got the Doink the Clown ones, was the last ones we got. This would be a great way to get the Bushwhackers back out there. And a little caveat, a little asterisk off to the side, I would love to see the Legends line. Give us the Sheep Herders. I want full-on hair Bushwhackers as the Sheep Herders. I think that would be very fun for us Legends collectors, but I'd also take more Bushwhackers. Heck, Ultimate Bushwhackers. Give us all the fried chicken, pizza, hats, all kinds of stuff. They could go all day on all kind of that. But if I had to choose one Bushwhacker, Sheep Herders, whatever, it would definitely be LJN. Hopefully we see that one. That'll help fill kind of like the famed orange card Hasbro. It's a little bit of kind of that variety there. So hopefully that is the case. Hopefully we see the Bushwhackers in the LJN style. Down to the final two left. And this one goes back to a figure we had part of the entrance crates once upon a time. But as we always say here on the channel, constant learning, constant improvement. And I think an ultimate version of this one would be pretty amazing. It would be Triple H from his WrestleMania Conan the Barbarian gear. Give us the throne, give us the skulls, give us the weapon, give it as a deluxe. How about a Mattel Creations exclusive? Heck, make it an elite if you want to. As you know, those original entrance crates were basic figures. I was going to say basically basics, but they were basic figures with some great accessories on them for sure. But they can do it to another level, be it Elite, Ultimate, put it as a nice box set, very similar to Stone Cold. Could we get a throne series? Maybe once a year we get a figure with a different throne. Maybe, maybe not, but I would love to see this one. I think this is a very cool look. A lot of people love Arnold. A lot of people love Conan the Barbarian. Let's make it happen again. We got it once upon a time. Just think of the improvements that could be done. So I would love to see that coming at us here. Triple H in his Conan the Barbarian gear, which means there can only be one. What is left? What else do I want to see? Well, stay tuned. All right, number one, once again, put your list in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as every Thursday we're doing a countdown of some sort. And this is a pretty fun one here of what I want to see WrestleMania 2026 weekend. But here we are at number one, and you can easily put this as number one. You know I'm an Ultimate Warrior guy, so Warrior's going to be on this list 2 times. But there was this time period for Warrior where he semi-ditched the face paint. And he went to a time where he just wore like the Warrior logo on a cheek. And we haven't really had much like that. We had a basic figure once upon a time a while back. But if you look through the looks of the Ultimate Warrior, and let me tell you, we've had a lot of them. I've got them all on display. There are still some ones that we have never seen in action figure form. And I would love to see Mattel tap into that a little bit more in the future. We'll see where it goes, but this is what I want to see. One without the regular face paint. I want just the cheek face paint. There's the one famous picture of him with like the headband and the blonder hair. I think that would be fun and it would be different. Is it as iconic as a WrestleMania 6, things like that? By no means it isn't, but I think it would be very fun to see something different, some deep cuts, and who knows how long the Warrior is going to have a Legends deal. It'll be very interesting to see what happens in the future with the Warrior, because his wife, Dana, was a part of the WWE family. She no longer works for WWE as far as I know. I think she was let go a while back. So could they wait for that Legends deal to expire and then all of a sudden it's, hey, I'm going to go to the Zombie Sailor Toys of the world. I'm going to go to the Power Towns of the world. Maybe, maybe not. But would they put their likeness for the Warrior everywhere else? You'd be very interested to see where that goes in the future. But that's the Warrior I'd like to see, and that is my top 10 list. What's your top 10 list looking like? Once again, put it in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. Check out Patreon. Check out the YouTube channel memberships. Follow me over at SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available wherever podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for my WrestleMania 2026 wish list, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
I said I know how to play a softball.